sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities which we, the people, so many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
That's crazy.
We are the people.
Wow. Okay, I see where this is going. Oh. Nice.
Lenora Gable claims she hired a professional mourner to praise her deceased brother during his funeral, but the defendant bashed him instead.
All right.
Elliot Mercer says the plaintiff dragged him into court for exposing the truth about her brother.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
Interesting.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone. This is the case of Gable versus Mercer. Ms. Gable, you are suing Mr. Mercer for $2,500 for breach of contract. Is that correct?
Correct.
You say the defendant ruined your brother's funeral.
I wasn't expecting that.
The defendant, you say your conscience kicked in and you had to tell the truth.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll start with you, Ms. Gable. Why are you here today?
Did that really just happen?
My brother passed away.
That's crazy.
And I hired a professional
Okay, I see where this is going.
mourner,
Oh,
which has been done from ages. And
Interesting.
this young man was
Wait
an
a
actor.
second.
My brother was
Seriously?
an upstanding
Wow. Okay.
person
I did
in the
not see that
community.
You hired a
That's wild.
professional
Yes, ma'am.
That's good.
mourner?
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's impressive.
I've never heard of such. Have you, Sean?
I have heard of it,
That's actually
especially
really cool.
in
Wow,
places
look
like
at that.
Africa, where they
Yes.
actually hire mourners to
Okay,
go
fair
in
enough.
and mourn for people.
Nice one.
I have never heard of
better
this.
than I expected.
Now, I do know when the church folks
right.
go over to people's
That was
funerals,
good.
they never knew and never knew nothing about and
enjoyed
just go
that.
in there and
Yeah.
hoot and holler. It's similar to that, but you get paid?
Yes, ma'am. They don't even know the person. And they can
Okay,
come
so
in.
you hired a professional
What?
mourner.
I wasn't
Yes, ma'am.
expecting
Why?
that. That's interesting.
Well, he is a friend
Okay.
of my son
Oh.
at the acting
No way.
school
Wow,
that
that's
my
actually
son
impressive.
attends.
Hold on.
And my
Did that
brother
really just
was a
happen?
philanthropist, and he gave to that particular
crazy.
school. He gave to hospitals.
Okay, I see where
he was
this
an
is going.
anonymous philanthropist,
Oh, nice.
and he
That's
wanted
smart.
to keep everything secret.
Interesting.
I
Wait a second.
knew that
And
this
so
young.
you think an
Seriously?
anonymous
Wow, okay.
philanthropist wants
I
a
did not see that
professional
coming.
mourner
That's
at their
wild.
funeral?
Well,
that's good.
this young
Nice.
man was having a
Wow.
hard time, and he
That's
was an
impressive.
out-of-work, starving
Okay.
actor. And my son suggested,
That's actually really
you know,
cool.
maybe we could help him out.
Wow, look at that.
So I
Interesting.
offered to give him
Okay, fair
$2,500, and he had needed some place
one.
to stay.
Oh, wow.
and he was-
$2,500 to go cry at a funeral?
actually to give a eulogy,
good.
to uplift
enjoyed that.
my brother.
So to give the eulogy.
And to do and greet
wow.
and you know the mourning people
Wait.
and
Okay.
What?
and the people
I wasn't
at the,
expecting that.
See, he
That's
was an
interesting.
outstanding person in the community.
You said that.
Oh.
So
So-
now
No
tell
way.
me
Wow,
why
that's
you
actually
made the
impressive.
decision to
Hold on.
hire a professional
really just
mourner
happen?
when your brother was already an outstanding
That's
person
crazy.
in the community.
Wow. Okay, I see
Well,
where
he
this
didn't
is
have
going.
any children.
Oh, nice. That's
And
smart.
I had went to one of the
Interesting.
plays of this young
Wait
man
a second.
at my
Seriously?
son's. And my
Wow.
son suggested,
Okay.
he told me a little
I
bit
did not see
about
that
him, that
coming.
he was
That's wild.
kind of down and out and didn't have a job.
that's
and
good.
he
Are
was
we
going
talking
out.
about Mr. Mercer?
Wow.
Mr. Mercer.
That's impressive.
So, Mr. Mercer, were you
Okay.
down and out and didn't have a job?
Oh,
Yes, Your
That's
Honor. I
actually
was
really
down
cool.
and out, and I did not have
Wow.
a job.
You're an
Okay.
actor?
Yes.
So
Okay, fair enough.
you
nice.
got a
one.
call
Oh, wow.
saying we need
That's
an
better
actor
than I
for a
expected.
role. This is to be a
right.
mourner. Or had
That
you
was
been a
good.
mourner before?
Wow.
I had never been a
enjoyed
mourner prior to this,
Let's
Your
see.
Honor.
So how did you think this job came to you?
wow.
Okay, so
Wait.
Your Honor.
What? I wasn't expecting
She told
that.
the truth
That's
about a few things. I am an actor.
Okay.
And I
Oh.
am,
No way.
what people would call
Wow,
broke.
that's
So I
actually
might
impressive.
take unusual
Hold on.
jobs from
Did that
time
really
to
just
time,
happen?
but I'm not a criminal and I'm not
That's
a liar.
crazy.
All right.
Wow.
And
But you
Okay,
were
I
you
see where this
hired
is
to be a
going.
criminal or a liar? You were hired
that's smart.
to just go in there and hoot and holler, right?
Interesting.
Not even.
Wait a
I was
second.
hired in there to
Seriously?
speak highly
Wow.
of Mr.
Okay.
Arthur Gable.
I did not
So
see that
you were
coming.
basically
That's wild.
hired no different than
Oh,
a
that's good.
person who comes to
Nice.
do a eulogy that
Wow.
didn't know the person
That's
either.
impressive.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So is that what a professional mourner does?
That's actually really
or am
cool.
I'm trying to understand
look at that.
how does that differ
Interesting.
from, say,
Okay, fair enough.
a person or speaker or
Nice one.
pastor who
Oh,
may
wow.
not have been
That's
familiar
better
with
than
the
I
person, but is giving like
right.
a love
That
offering
was
or a
good.
fee
Wow.
to come
I
and
enjoyed
conduct
that.
the service?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes. Yes.
Why is this sounding so sketchy?
Oh, wow.
Is it sketchy?
Wait.
Or am I missing
What?
something?
I wasn't expecting
Your
that.
Honor, I thought
That's
it was
interesting.
sketchy too, but I was down on my
Okay.
luck at the
Oh.
time.
So
and-
who called
No
you?
way. Wow.
Well, they
that's
showed up
actually
to my
impressive.
one-man play.
Hold
Who
on.
showed up?
Did that really just happen?
A few people. It's a very intimate black box theater, so it's
crazy.
intimate, not many people.
But was Ms. Gable
Okay, I
there?
see where this
She
is
was
going.
there and her son was there, and I imagine her
nice.
son,
That's
yes,
smart.
he told her my situation, and she said
Wait
that
a
she
second.
had something that she
Seriously?
wanted to propose
Wow.
to me because she
Okay.
wanted to help me
I did
out.
not see
And
that
what did they
coming.
propose?
That's wild.
Well, she said that
Oh, that's good.
I have something
Nice.
for you, $2,500, if you
That's
could come and
impressive.
just be a mourner
Okay.
at my brother's
But
funeral.
Oh.
So you went
That's actually
there
really cool.
to offer him $2,500 to mourn.
No, we didn't go there.
Okay,
We just
fair
went to
enough.
see his play. This is before
Okay,
my
well,
son.
how did the idea come about?
That's
You know
better than I
what?
expected.
I'm gonna get him to come be the mourner.
right.
Well, the idea
good.
actually came
Wow.
out
I
about a
enjoyed
month
that.
after we
Okay,
had seen
let's see.
the play.
All right.
Oh, wow.
And my brother hadn't
Wait.
passed.
What?
Coming
I
up.
wasn't expecting
So
that.
I
That's
have a
interesting.
great question. Did
Okay.
you say,
Oh,
I'm
no
gonna
way.
give you your money
Wow,
back
that's
because I'm
actually
not
impressive.
comfortable with this?
Hold on.
I didn't say that.
Did that really just happen?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring
That's
your
crazy.
case to court,
Wow.
call
Okay, I see where this is going.
1-888-552-6878.
That's smart. Interesting. Wait a second. Seriously?
You're watching
Wow.
Emmy-nominated We the People
I did
with
not see that
Judge
coming.
Lauren Lake.
That's wild.
We're back with the case of Lenora Gable,
Wow.
who brought
That's
Elliot
impressive.
Mercer to court
Okay.
for breach of contract.
That's
Why
actually really
did
cool.
you decide
Wow,
to
look at
hire
that.
Mr. Mercer
Interesting.
to be a
fair
professional
enough.
mourner? Was it because there
Nice
was
one.
no one
Oh,
to
wow.
eulogize
That's
your
better than I
brother?
expected.
We did have speakers,
All right.
and they
That was
was more
good.
professional
Wow.
speakers.
So why
I
did
enjoyed
you
that.
hire him?
And as far
Let's
as
see.
someone actually mourning him, and my
wow.
son actually suggested it.
What?
And
I
he was
wasn't
supposed to
And
be
he's not here
That's
today to
interesting.
say why.
No.
Mr. Mercer,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
why do you
No
think
way.
you were hired to
Wow,
be a
that's
professional
actually
mourner?
impressive.
To clean up
Hold on.
the image of a
Did
dead
that really
man.
just happen?
All right, to clean up the image of
crazy.
a dead man.
Wow.
And what image
okay,
was
I see
this?
where this is going.
Well,
Oh.
when I
that's
took this
smart.
offer, Your Honor, I honestly did think I was
Interesting.
speaking good
Wait a
and
second.
truthful of the
Seriously?
man.
Wow.
So
okay.
we get
I
to the
did not see that
service.
coming.
I
That's
am there
wild.
doing what I was paid to do. I was a mourner.
Eulogize?
Nice.
Well, we hadn't
Wow.
got to the eulogy
That's
yet, Your Honor.
impressive.
The eulogy is where
Okay.
everything took a big turn.
You were just in there
Oh.
talking about
That's
I was
actually really cool.
I was pulling out
Wow, look
tissues
at
for
that.
people, patting people on the
Interesting.
back, hugging them, letting
Okay,
them know
fair
how much of a great person that
Nice
we
one.
are greatly
Oh,
going
wow.
to miss.
That's better than
I was
I
hired
expected.
as a nephew,
All
a
right.
mourner
That
and a
was good.
long-lost nephew or
Wow.
a nephew.
I enjoyed
Whatever.
that.
I was a nephew.
Mr. Mercer.
Let's see.
Your Honor.
Can you tell me when you were hired, what was your
Oh, wow.
understanding of your role?
Wait.
My understanding was
What?
that I was
I wasn't
honoring a
expecting that. That's
philanthropist who was misunderstood.
Okay. Oh.
That's what I was
No
told.
way.
And then
Wow,
what
that's
happened?
actually
Did you get in there and do that?
Hold on.
I got in there and I did
that really just
up
happen?
until the eulogy.
So then what happened?
That's
She gave
crazy.
she pulled me to the side.
Wow.
We went in the side room
Okay, I
real
see
quick
where
and
this
she
is
gave
going.
me a box. She said,
Oh,
you the
that's
actor, you
smart.
know what to do, yada, yada, yada.
Interesting.
But these
Wait
are
a
his
second.
things, these are his valuables.
Seriously?
Get familiar
Wow.
with them.
Okay.
Then she
I did
left.
not see that
She left me to
Get
it.
familiar
wild.
with his valuables?
His valuables that was
that's
supposed to be
good.
keepsakes
Nice.
of some sort.
Wow.
What's the
That's
problem with
impressive.
that? You had been hired,
And then we were all good,
Oh.
Your Honor. I
And we had a
promise.
That's actually
contract.
really cool.
and then what happened?
Wow, look at that.
Well, as I dug
Interesting.
into this box that she
Okay,
handed
fair
me, and I got evidence. I have evidence. It
You
was
wasn't supposed to
better
go
than
into that, because you're supposed to do your job.
Your
and
Honor,
get
as
paid.
I went into the keepsake
Wow.
box,
I
and she
enjoyed
wanted me to
it.
talk about the good things, but it wasn't all good in this box here.
But it wasn't
was
the
a
business
bunch
one.
of
Oh, wow.
insurance policies
One
taken.
at a
Wait.
time.
What?
It was a
I wasn't
bunch of
expecting that.
insurance
That's
policies
interesting.
taken out on some of the elderly people
Okay.
that
Oh.
were there at the
No
service.
way.
What?
Wow,
That
that's
I,
actually impressive.
I grew up with some of these
Hold
people
on.
that were at the service. That's
Did
the
that
thing.
really
She
just
didn't know I
happen?
knew. I knew some of these people. Like
There were
That's crazy.
insurance policies.
Wow.
taken out on elderly
Okay, I see
people
where
because
this is
this
going.
man was betting on their deaths, and
that's smart.
ironically, he just beat them to it.
But what does
Interesting.
that have to do
Wait
with
a
you
second.
being hired as
Seriously?
an actor to be
Wow.
a professional
Okay.
mourner?
did
Well,
not
I
see
just
that
couldn't keep going
That's
on with that
wild.
lie right there, and especially if some of the elderly
that's good.
people were there,
Nice.
if they're looking
Wow.
up there and realize
That's
that
impressive.
might be my next stop,
Okay.
they could die tomorrow. And guess what? The last lie is going to be the one I told
That's
them I
actually
can't
really
do it,
cool.
Your Honor. I
Oh,
cannot
so
do
you
it.
Wow, look
felt
at
like
that.
you had
Interesting.
uncovered something
fair
sinister and
enough.
illegal.
The
Nice
people
one.
that he took
wow.
policies out
That's better
on,
than
But
I
they
they
were
were
all
there.
in the audience.
They
All
were
right.
there.
But
That
he's
was good.
dead now. So what is that going? What
I
is it going to
enjoyed
do?
that.
Y'all are at
Let's
the
see.
wrong funeral.
Oh,
So
wow.
you were going to
Wait.
you were ready
What?
to
I wasn't
eulogize a
expecting
man
that.
you
That's
didn't
interesting.
know for
Yes.
$2,500.
Okay.
When I thought
Oh.
we were just telling the
No
truth
way.
and just good things, and
Wow,
it was
that's
actual.
actually impressive.
When you
Hold
thought
on.
he really was
Did that really
a
just happen?
philanthropist and a
Yes.
good man,
Yes.
and they
That's
just
crazy.
needed somebody to act
Wow.
that out.
Okay,
For
I see where
$5.
this
But
is
once
going.
you found out that
Oh,
he
nice.
might
That's
not have
smart.
been a great man, then you
Interesting.
didn't want to do it
Wait a
anymore.
second. Seriously?
So I
Wow.
have a great
Okay.
question.
I did not see that
Did
coming.
you say,
That's wild.
I'm going to give you your money back
that's
because
good.
I'm not comfortable
Nice.
with this?
Wow.
I didn't say that.
That's impressive.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're getting to why we're
Yeah.
here.
I didn't say that.
That's
So
actually really cool.
You
Wow, look at
decided,
that.
I don't want to
Interesting.
do this anymore
Okay,
because
fair
I
enough.
am not feeling like this
Nice
is
one.
appropriate
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm seeing
That's better
things
than I expected.
that doesn't add
All
up
right.
to
That
him
was
being
good.
this great community
Wow.
figure.
I enjoyed that.
Now, not only am am I acting, I'm lying.
Oh,
Actively
wow.
lying right now
Wait.
in the service. Yeah.
In
What?
the service.
I wasn't expecting that.
The
That's
acting
interesting.
part wasn't a lie. You
okay.
acting like you knew him
No
wasn't
way.
a lie enough.
Wow, that's actually
This
impressive.
was a lie on
Hold
a
on.
lie.
Did
A
that
double
really just
lie.
happen?
Yes.
A lie to the second power.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay, I see where this is going. Oh, nice. That's smart.
Did you give her any of her money back once you
Interesting.
decided you can't finish up
Wait a
the
second.
morning?
I'm
Seriously?
gonna tell you what, Your Honor, I did not give her the money
I did
back,
not see
but
that
I have
coming.
evidence that
That's wild.
shows why I should give her the money back anyway.
That's good.
Let money go.
Nice.
Let me go through
Wow.
this evidence. I'm
That's
scared.
impressive. Okay.
I'm scared. I've never been scared to look at the evidence
That's
in my
actually really
life.
cool.
I'm scared
Wow,
to see
look at
what
that.
I'm scared to see what the contract
Okay,
look like.
fair enough.
The professional mourner contract
Oh, wow.
states.
That's better than I
Subject to
expected.
the terms and conditions of this
All right.
agreement. All right.
That was good.
The contractor agrees if they accept
enjoyed
employment,
that.
blah, blah,
Okay.
blah.
Let's
You'll
see.
commence the duty on the 9th of August.
Oh,
You're hired
wow.
as a professional mourner.
Wait.
Do a
What?
5-minute
I
eulogy.
wasn't expecting that.
And
That's
you will
interesting.
play the part of the deceased
Okay.
nephew and will remain
No
in
way.
character
Wow,
as long
that's
as you're in the
actually
presence of
impressive.
other guests.
Hold on.
You'll receive
that really
the
just
sum of
happen?
$2,500 payable by
crazy.
bank transfer.
Wow. Okay,
So
I
the
see
fee
where
was
this is going.
$2,500.
Oh, nice.
You
That's
sent
smart.
it in advance. You didn't say half now,
Interesting.
half when you get done
Wait a
fake
second.
mourning.
Seriously?
I'm just
Wow.
gonna give it all
Okay.
to you now.
I did
and
not
don't
see that
know
coming.
him from
That's wild.
from the man in the hat.
I do it for my son.
That's good.
You just know him from
Nice.
your son. Okay.
Wow.
Coming
That's
up.
impressive.
So, Mr. Mercer, once you decided that you don't feel
That's
like your
actually really
conscience
cool.
would allow you to do
Wow,
the
look at
job
that.
that you accepted full payment
fair
for,
enough.
why is it that you didn't
Nice
walk
one.
over to Miss
Oh,
Gable
wow.
and just say,
That's better than I expected.
excuse me, I am feeling
That was
compelled
good.
to not
Wow.
do this?
I enjoyed it. Let's see.
You're
Oh,
watching
wow.
Emmy-nominated We the People
Wait.
with Judge Lauren Lake.
I wasn't expecting that. That's interesting.
We're back with the case of Lenora Gable, who brought
way.
Elliot Mercer
Wow,
to
that's
court
actually
for
impressive.
breach of contract.
Did that really
So,
just
Mr.
happen?
Mercer, when you got there
That's crazy.
and you started looking
Wow.
through these things,
Okay, I see
what
where
did
this
you
is
see?
going.
I seen where he was taking
nice. That's
insurance
smart.
policies out on some of the elderly people that were
Interesting.
in the
Wait a
audience
second.
for his own service.
Seriously? Wow.
So you
Okay.
found that he was
I did not
taking
see that
insurance
coming.
policies
That's
out
wild.
on other people.
Yes, and
Oh,
I
that's
went
good.
through it. It was all
Nice.
good. I tried to do
Wow.
the eulogy, Your Honor. I
That's
did. I
impressive.
gave her about 2 minutes,
Okay.
and then
Well, Your Honor, we have a tape.
That's actually really
All right,
cool.
let me see this
Wow,
tape,
look
please.
at that.
You can tell Mr. Gable meant
Okay, fair
something
enough.
because this room is full. Folks call him a good man.
That's better
And
than
here's what I can't ignore. I found out he wasn't
right.
just
was
helping
good.
people. He was
Wow.
buying insurance
I enjoyed
policies off elders and making money off folks when they were grieving and tired.
Oh, wow.
So I can't
Wait,
finish this lie.
what?
And
I
before you
wasn't
ask,
expecting
no,
that.
I'm
That's
not family. I'm an actor. I was hired to play a nephew.
No way.
But I'm not
Wow,
playing
that's
stupid.
actually impressive. Hold on.
So, Mr. Mercer,
that really just
once
happen?
you decided that you don't feel like
That's
your conscience
crazy.
would allow you to
Wow.
do the job that
Okay,
you
I see where
accepted
this is going.
full payment
Oh,
for.
nice. That's
Why
smart.
is it that you didn't walk over to Miss Gable and just
Interesting.
say,
Wait a second.
excuse me,
Seriously?
I am feeling
Wow.
compelled
I
to
did not see
not
that
do
coming.
this. I know
That's
I've been
wild.
here for this amount. I'll return all
that's
of your
good.
money, this
Nice.
part of your money.
Wow.
We can talk about
That's
it later,
impressive.
but I can't give a
Okay.
eulogy.
That's what I tried to tell
Why
you.
would you stand up there then
That's
and
actually
pretty
really
much
cool.
out
He just wanted to
Wow,
show
look at
my
that.
brother off. He just,
Interesting.
I don't know. He
Okay,
just had
fair
an
enough.
instinct. Oh, God, I mean,
Nice
a
one.
moralistic
Oh, wow. That's better
passion
than
that
I
came over
expected.
him that he wanted to decide
All right.
to spill the
That
beans
was
and say
good.
the wrong derogatory
I
thing
enjoyed that.
against the contract
Let's
that
see.
we had agreed upon. I told you, no secrets.
Oh, wow.
Coming up.
Wait.
I'm wrong for
What?
realizing
I
that I
wasn't
did
expecting
wrong
that. That's
and
interesting.
pointing out somebody
No,
wrong.
no,
Okay. Oh.
no.
You coming
Where
way.
you're wrong.
Wow, that's actually
Both of you
impressive.
wrong.
Hold on. Did that really just happen? That's crazy.
You're watching Emmy-nominated
Wow.
We the People with
Okay, I
Judge
see where this
Lauren
is
Lake.
going. Oh.
We're back
smart.
with the case of Lenora Gable,
Interesting.
who brought Elliot
second.
Mercer to court
Seriously?
for
Wow.
breach of contract.
I did not see that.
But you gave
That's
it to
wild.
him.
I just had him look over.
You
look.
gave it to
that's
him.
good.
He perused
Nice.
through.
Wow.
He saw it.
That's
you
impressive.
gave it to him.
But
But at the
he
end
chose
of the
to be
day,
nosy,
Oh.
to dig deeper,
That's actually
to dig
really cool.
deeper, and to make
Wow,
up his
look at
own
that.
assumptions.
I'm going your
And you
brother's
came
box
before.
deeper than you
Okay,
go
fair
in.
enough.
You wasn't even supposed to go up there
Nice
then.
one.
If you wasn't going to
Oh,
say
You
the
had me
nice
go
thing.
up
better
there.
than
What do you
expected.
mean? You handed me the box. You
All right.
told me to read
That
into
was
the
good.
stuff and get familiar with it,
Okay.
and you didn't know what was in the
I
bottom of the
handed
box.
it to you so you can
Let's
get a
see.
little glimpse, 5 minutes glimpses of, but you dig and dig and dig.
So I know what- I know more about your
Wait.
brother's box than
You're
you,
the
right?
crook and you're the
I
liar.
wasn't expecting
All right,
that.
that's good.
That's
I'm the crook
interesting.
and I'm the liar, Your Honor, but I sat there
But
and
you
told
can
the
talk,
truth.
you ain't no better than my
I'm
brother.
the crook and
You're
I'm the
no
liar.
better
Wow,
than I
that's
tell you.
actually impressive.
I just don't understand
Hold
how
on.
I'm in here right
Did
now.
that really just happen?
You can't keep a secret.
I'm
Some
wrong.
people hurt you
So
for
listen,
that.
That's
I'm
crazy.
wrong for realizing
Wow.
that I did
Okay,
wrong
I see where this is
and
going.
pointing out somebody
no,
wrong.
no,
That's smart.
no.
You come and
Where
talk to me.
you're wrong.
Interesting.
Both of you
Wait a
wrong.
second.
But
Seriously?
where you're really
Wow.
wrong is
Okay.
you
I did
accepted
not see that
payment to
coming.
be an actor.
That's wild.
Yes.
You were paid
That's
to
all.
play a role.
That's good.
Yes.
That role
Wow.
you did not
That's
fulfill
impressive.
completely. You
Okay.
did the first part,
Yeah.
but then when it
Oh.
came to the eulogy,
That's actually
you
really cool.
didn't just agree not
Wow,
to
look
do
at
the
that.
eulogy.
Interesting.
You then decided
fair
to
enough.
then tell all
on
of the
himself.
deceased.
Oh, wow.
Miss
That's
Gable,
better than I
just give me a
expected.
minute.
Okay.
You
All right.
didn't just
That was good.
to not decide to do
Wow.
the
I
eulogy.
enjoyed that.
You
Okay.
actually
Let's
spoke
see.
ill of the dead. You didn't know
Oh,
him well
wow.
enough to even speak
Wait.
on that.
But I knew
and
people
if you're,
there.
I
it
wasn't
doesn't
expecting that.
matter.
That's interesting.
It really doesn't. And if you needed
Okay.
to have
Oh.
private conversations
No
with the
way.
people there
Wow,
after a
that's actually
eulogy,
impressive.
you do that.
Hold on.
You did not
really just
fulfill your
happen?
role. Now, Ms. Gable, when you
That's
paid
crazy.
him, you paid him
Wow.
for two things.
Okay, I see
a
where this is
eulogy
going.
and also a meet and greet.
Oh,
Sounds like he
nice.
did
That's
the meet
smart.
and greet part, but unfortunately, the
Interesting.
eulogy just
Wait a second.
overrode the entire
Seriously?
sentiment
Wow.
of the meet
Okay.
and greet.
I did not see
Judge
that.
Lake's verdict
That's wild.
when We the People returns.
Oh, that's good. Nice. Wow. That's impressive. Okay.
You're watching Emmy-nominated We the
That's
People
actually
with
really
Judge
cool.
Lauren Lake.
Wow, look at that.
In the future, I think
Okay,
you should
fair enough.
allow whatever
one.
the sentiment
wow.
is
That's better than I
for
expected.
a person who has
All right.
passed on
That was
to
good.
be organic
Wow.
and
I
authentic.
enjoyed that.
When you
Okay,
start trying
let's
to
see.
produce pain
Oh, wow.
and produce
Wait,
people
what?
mourning,
I wasn't expecting
you
that.
end
That's
up with
interesting.
situations like this.
Okay.
This
Oh,
to me did not
no way.
honor your brother.
Wow, that's actually
You
impressive.
sacrificed your
Hold on.
brother's name in
that
the
really
name
just
of a
happen?
spectacle. Because you set
That's crazy.
this up to be able to
Wow.
happen
Okay,
by
I see where
giving
this is
him
going.
your brother's private
Nice.
things.
That's smart.
Sound like to me, you
Interesting.
wanted to produce the
Wait a second.
funeral of the century.
Seriously? Wow.
And you wanted to
Okay.
make sure it was
did
enough
not see that
hooting and
coming.
hollering
That's wild.
and running around,
Oh,
and
that's
you
good.
could fall out
Nice.
and do all
Wow.
of your things.
That's impressive.
And this was not about
Okay.
honoring your brother. This went entirely too far.
That's actually
But you
really
did
cool.
have an agreement, and
Wow,
Mr.
look at
Mercer
that.
not only didn't live up to it, he
Okay,
basically
fair enough.
destroyed your brother's name in the process. But that's
wow.
on you too.
That's better than I
Judging for the
expected.
plaintiff for $2,500. Court
That was
adjourned.
good.
All right.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay
What?
$2,500.
I wasn't expecting that.
You need to abide by your contracts and don't take advantage of when someone's trying to really help you.
Yes, ma'am. And I'd like to say that no contract should ever tell somebody they should commit fraud and keep a straight face.